All right, Waste of World of Sports, ahoy. How's everybody doing? We are going to jump straight into it. Okay, so a very important note straight up. My same game multi, Brown has been replaced with Will Warbrick. I didn't get a chance really to set that up. I needed to jump into action pretty quickly here and get this one started. We missed out on getting that set up, the graphic, but I can do that as we go along here. So that's what's happened. Melbourne Storm taking on the Roosters in game number 2 here for Friday night footy. I have switched that up. Tuimalatu-Brown has obviously been relegated to the reserves, and in comes Will Warbrick. So I've slapped him in place of the youngster, Tuimalatu-Brown. So that's what's happened there, for those wondering. Will Warbrick. I'll update that when I get a chance. Kickoff is just moments away. I won't get a chance to get that sorted out just yet. Some big outs, of course, for the Storm. They've already started the resting. I did say they don't care about the minor premiership. Why would they? They get a home final, whether they finish first or second. They're not caring about a minor premiership at all. They're resting some players. The Roosters, on the other hand, playing for their season, essentially. They could pretty much guarantee it with a win here tonight. Almost. They'd be on the brink. But anyway, Big Nelson back for the Storm, and he's come up with a mistake with his first touch. Knock on. Melbourne with the early mistake. Here come the Roosters from 10 metres out. So yes, Melbourne resting some players tonight. And boy, you better believe they're resting the entire squad next weekend if they get the win here tonight. Lee Bowden, ahoy mate. Channel member Lee Bowden saying, go the Roosters. And here are the Roosters, 5 metres out. Billy Smith, anytime try scorer for me, Billy Smith. White in midfield, dummies, straightens the attack, takes the line on. Out the back it goes. Sandon Smith inside for Angus. And Sir Angus Crichton. Oh, painfully close. He thought about reaching out. Sandon Smith goes again out to the right. Savala through the hands. Tedesco. Tedesco taken down. 5 out from the line. Tackle 4. Savala to White. Back into midfield they go. Spencer Leniu. Harrison inside the 10. 5th and last now, Roosters. Just to the left of posts. Back into midfield. Savala, crossfield kick. Contestable ball. What a take from, is that Kane Bradley? And it's a penalty to the Storm. Kane Bradley over the top of Nwanga from a standing start, no less. Kane Bradley. Fabulous effort. So DJ Shack still missing Jerome Hughes. Of course, Hughes they're hoping will be back for the finals. Could be crucial for the Storm winning the premiership, of course, which we've predicted here at the Waste of World of Sports. Billy Slater down on the sideline. Dan, ahoy mates, over 44 please for a nice double. No heartbreak today. No heartbreak. Quick play of the ball here in Bronson Garlick. With some great field position here. Melbourne. Firing upfield. 20 metres out. Nice white lines on the field. Freshly painted by the looks. Wishart. Inside ball here for Anderson's Carpets. Anderson taken down. 5th and last, 25 metres out. Wishart down the short side. Dinks it over the top. Chasing through his Warbrick, but it's nicely taken to the back by Daniel Tupou. Boy, they were susceptible under the high ball last week with Junior Tupou. It's nice to have Daniel back. And Roosters supporters, I'm sure you absolutely agree with that one. Very nice to have Daniel Tupou back. Straight up the middle goes Tedesco. Ankle tap. Brings him to ground on the 40. Oh, Teddy nearly busts them open. We'll definitely have to have the Teddy song at halftime. They're 40 metres out from the Storm line here. And they come up with an error. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Trent Robinson will be throwing things in the coach's box. They had marched up the field, up over halfway, and then a dropped ball on 5th and last. Melbourne now from halfway. On the attack they go. So, important note for my same-game multi there. Will Warbrick is in. That's the 4th leg. Will Warbrick. Inside ball here for Trent Liero. As Melbourne launch the attack. 30 metres out from the line. Sinker Fatty, ahoy mate. First time chat over there on Twitch. Wishart shows it inside. Goes out for Anderson. Well read by the Roosters defence. We're on the Jim Beam double serves tonight, my friend. Kicking back down the short side, looking for Warbrick, but Daniel too. Why would you kick to Daniel Tupou? Honestly, 2 high balls tonight for the Storm as they now give away a penalty to the Roosters. We normally do the Captain Morgans because Captain Morgans and the spiced rum is my go-to. But we kind of, we're 25, 26 weeks into the season, right? It's starting to lose its effect. So when things start to lose their effect, you change it up. We've switched it up to the JB double serves tonight. Roosters fine touch here on their own 40, 10 short of halfway. Sandon Smith to Angus Crichton, bends the line in midfield. He's taken down on halfway. Let's not forget here, the Roosters playing for their season. The Storm, not so much. A win here would guarantee a top 2 finish for them. And another messy play of the ball. They get away with this one, the Roosters. And Toya steals a few extra meters. I really don't believe that the Storm care about the minor premiership. They get a home final, whether they finish first or second. Home final will be enough for them, I think. I truly believe that. Craig Bellamy knows that nobody remembers who the minor premiers were. It's all about who wins the premiership. He is going to rest everybody in the final round. 5th and last, down the short side. Savala from 30 out, puts it high. Contestable ball. Pappenhausen, one of the smallest blokes on the field, jumps the highest. Well, he didn't really, but he ended up with the ball. Seve beats one, brings it outside the 20. Good carry back there from Seve. Mookie, ahoy mates, and channel members. Mookie basically saying, go screw yourself if you're not a channel member. His words, not mine. Well, not really his words. I'm just mucking around, having a laugh, of course. But yes, Mookie says, ahoy, Dan and channel members. Munster on halfway. 5th and last. Puts the kick up. Tester here for Tupou. 3 high balls, all to Daniel Tupou. He's taken them all without issue. Do Melbourne realise that it's Daniel out there tonight, not Junior? I don't think they do. Why would you kick the ball high to Daniel Tupou? One of the safest pair of hands under the high ball. One of the tallest bodies under the high ball in the entire NRL. And they're going to put 100% of their kicks. Oh, they must be setting up for something. They're going to pull a sneaky here at some point, Melbourne, you would think. That's not Craig Bellamy style of play, that. Tedesco down the short side. Holds the pass up nicely for Robert Toya. 45 out, 5th and last. Scrambling from dummy half to get the kick away, and it finds space. Melbourne allow it to bounce, and it luckily bounces up for Warbrick on the chest. Could have gone anywhere, that ball. DJ Shack says, no one can need to say for as brilliant of a player as he is, he's had his struggles under the high ball, and they haven't targeted him once. Exactly, DJ Shack. Thank you. Cheers. I'm glad that I'm not alone in spotting that. Now, no one can need to say he's gotten a lot better in recent weeks under the high ball. I've called it in commentary a few times. He's clearly been practicing. But still, if you've got a choice, Tupou or Nwanga-Nitawase, honestly, you're picking Tupou 100% of the time as Melbourne nearly break out here. Tyron Wishart taken down. Fifth and last inside the 40. Front foot ball for Munster. Cutout pass is a loose one. Off the knees of Warbrick. Seve keeps it alive. Back to Pappenhausen in midfield. Wishart will have another attempt here. Gets the second kick away. And backing up again. 4 from 4. They put another high ball down to Daniel Tupou, who returns it under no pressure outside the 20. I don't get it. Unless they're setting us up and they're going to pull a sneaky at some point. They're just trying to set up predictable kicks so that when the unpredictable one happens, it's really unpredictable. I don't know. Are they keeping what's the saying? They're not gonna shoot all their shots here in this game. They're gonna keep something in the gun barrel for when they need it in the finals. Let's do the predictable thing for this game, and if we come up against these guys again in the finals, then we'll, you know what I'm trying to say? Pappenhausen takes it on the 20. What's the saying I'm thinking of, chat room? Yeah, when you keep your cue in the rack. Penalty here to the Storm. Warbrick fighting for a quick play of the ball, but they held on for too long. Did the Roosters. And a penalty for holding down. You keep the cue in the rack. You keep the gun holstered. That sort of thing. You don't show all your plays in this game because it doesn't really matter. I feel like we're seeing that at the moment from Melbourne. They're not really throwing everything into it at the moment. But they do find touch. Nice field position here off the back of that penalty. And Joe Chan tackled 35 meters out. Wishart to Itikimanu in midfield. Messi, Goat 1. Ahoy, mates. Quick play the ball. Here's Liero at the back for Wishart. Here they come to the right. Anderson steps back in field. 15 meters out from the line. Halfway through this set, Wishart steps off the left, back down the short side, now back into midfield. Changing direction twice in that one play. And Nelson fallen out of favour this season, Big Nelson, but he's back in the team tonight. Wishart puts the grubber kick in, and Utikimanu's a mile offside there as he dives on the ball. Well, that was just stupidity. Wishart's put the grubber kick through, and Utikimanu, about 15 meters offside, flops himself on the ball. Well, that wasn't even close. And Melbourne, well, maybe they're just a little bit rusty on account of the players they're resting tonight. He couldn't help himself, says DJ Shack. The big fella just saw the ball loose on the ground there, and he just couldn't resist the urge. He just had to get his flop on. I understand. 40 out from their own line here, the Roosters. Up over halfway. Tedesco at first receiver. On to Savala. Savala dummies. 40 meters out here from the Storm line. 2 tackles left. Tedesco again at first receiver. On to Leniu. Spencer can't get the fend on. Fifth and last here for the Roosters. Short side for Smith. Sandon Smith puts it high. That's a good kick. Pappenhausen moves forward and takes it well. Oh, Ryan Pappenhausen, what a take. Melbourne 15 out from their own line. So once again, the fourth leg of my multi there, that's turned into Will Warbrick. I do have, I do have somebody else there, but it is Will Warbrick, I assure you. Anderson carries it outside the 30. Stalemate in this game so far. Short side for Munster. He's going to dummy the kick. Gets the pass back for Garlick. Garlick cuts them up the middle. Down the short side. Munster does kick this time. Looking for space in behind, but no one can need to say. Tracking back. Takes it over his head and returns it to the 20. Stalemate in this game. 13 and a half gone. Dan says heartbreak is happening. Going to be one try in this game. No, I think this game's going to open up in the second half. I mean, don't be surprised if this game goes into halftime something like 2-0. It'll open up in the second half, though. And it'll open up big. That's my prediction. Fifth and last here on halfway. White plays it. This is a good, tense battle. Savala puts the kick down. Pappenhausen takes it on his own 10. He winds up, brings it back. Sandon Smith there to meet him. Down the short side, Warbrick holding the ball in one hand. That's always dangerous. Brings it outside the 20. Anderson spins into contact halfway through the set. Pappenhausen now fires it left for Munster through the hands for Seve. Seve looks to put the fend on, but he's brought down by Robert Toya, one of the best probably defensive centre in the game. Back down the short side for Seve. Gets up and goes again. No one need to say brings him down. 35 out, fifth and last. Wishart kicks high. Staying down the short side. Contestable ball. Batted back by Bradley. Play on. Roosters dive on it. Play on. Roosters ball. William Daniel says you'd think Storm would be up by now. Lol. Not necessarily, William Daniel. Big game for the Roosters. This one, Melbourne have rested a few. They've lost a few as well through injury and suspension. So it's not as necessarily clear-cut as you would think. And the Roosters, yes, they were terrible last week, weren't they? But they're not as bad as all that. As Savala gets this kick downfield on the fifth and last, Pappenhausen takes it on the full. Inside ball for Bradley and Kane. Bradley left to do the hard yards here. 30 out from their own line, the Storm. This feeling out process, this stalemate, it continues. Up to halfway. Shawn Blore. Cut down just short. Into midfield. Here's Nelson. Carries it into the Roosters' territory. Fifth and last. Wishart gets the kick away. And they've targeted Daniel Tupou again. There's only been one kick that's gone. No one can need to Arce's edge. They've targeted Tupou again, who gets the late offload to Tedesco. Tedesco fends off Munster. And he's brought down by Garlick and Nelson. 30 out in midfield. Gets a penalty here for high contact. Tedesco. Brilliant kick return there from the Roosters. And Nelson, well, he's Super League bound, isn't he, Big Nelson? Craig Bellamy's taking notes as we speak. He's already fallen out of favour, Big Nelson. Because they've got Tino for Asuamalawe or David Fafita. Or both, heaven forbid. Oh, heaven bloody forbid they get both of them. But Big Tino or Big David One of them will be at Melbourne in the coming seasons, and Nelson will be off to Super League. Oh, good Lord. Heaven forbid they get both. Melbourne will be unstoppable if they get both Tino and David Fafita. But anyway, I digress. Tedesco down the short side. Wraps around the back. Flick pass for Nwanga-Nituase. 6 again, Roosters. And Nwanga-Nituase tackle 5 meters out over on that right edge, looking for a quick play the ball. Munster does his best to get in the way. Nafahu wide here on the inside ball. Beats one. Carries it inside the 10. Here they come, the Roosters. Ielu, dummy short side, goes open side. Tedesco holds the pass up nicely for Smith. Billy Smith is driven back into the field of play. Oh, I thought we were on there for our multi. Short side, Ielu to Crichton on the crash ball. That's tackle 4. Tedesco at first receiver again. Smith, flat pass to Savala, pops it up. Intercept by Munster. Oh, Cameron Munster, the money man, pops up right when they needed him. And it's a penalty. And he gets in Sandon Smith's face to let him know about it. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that piggyback upfield. Oh, that's huge. That's why he gets paid the big bucks. Cameron Munster in the right place at the right time. That's why they pay him the big bucks, right? Hugo Savala is absolutely bollocksing out blood from the back of his neck. A quarter of a way through this contest. Still no score in this game. And, the Roosters got to be careful here. They're going to give away another penalty. And they do. Angus Crichton now gets penalised. Well, this is just really, really poor discipline from the Roosters. Spencer Leniu and Angus Crichton just letting their emotions get carried away there. What an unnecessary penalty. Oh, that was really poor from the Roosters. Melbourne, fine touch. Not a lot of meters made on it. But they do go into Roosters territory. 40 meters out from the line. Garlick sends it left for the arrow. Onto it, Tuimalatu. Backs into the defensive wall that's there, 35 meters out. Quick play the ball. Munster in midfield. To Wishart. Wishart gets tangled up there with his own players. Has to surrender. Halfway through this set, Munster takes them on in midfield. Late offload for Garlick. Keeps it alive. Wishart sends it left for Pappenhausen. Pappenhausen onto Blore. Blore can't get on the outside of Robert Toya. That man again. This is what Billy Slater saw. This is why Billy Slater is such a good coach. He saw this in Robert Toya way before the rest of us did. 5th and last for the Storm. Pappenhausen holds the pass up. A late ball off the hip to Shawn. Blore crashes over to score. Melbourne have cracked them open. Easy as that. 4-0 kick to come. I'll be right back. That was sublime net there from the Melbourne Storm. Through the hands. Down that short side. Opened them up. Try confirmed. Melbourne up 4 points to 0. Pappenhausen held the pass up to perfection. Robert Toya had overrun the inside man. He thought Seve was the target. Beautiful work there from the Melbourne Storm. Well, I did say, remember in the last game, I said I've got all backs in my multi. I can guarantee you that a forward is going to score a try. I'm just not sure which one. Well, there you go. There he is. There's your forward. Getting the try, Shawn Blore. Pappenhausen, 15 in from touch, puts it down the middle. The favoured side for a right foot kicker. Puts it straight down the middle of the posts. And Melbourne lead this 6 points to 0. Storm on top. And I tell you what, the swing, the momentum swing. Munster's intercept. The money man. Why he gets paid the big bucks. And then he just took the team on his back. The captain said, come with me. Got the penalty. Back underway. And there he is again. Munster takes the kickoff. He's just everywhere, the captain. Try scorer, Shawn Blore, brings it back outside the red zone. Melbourne, 6-0. 16 minutes to go till the halftime break. Pappenhausen lurking out the back there, but Munster goes short. Shawn Blore carries it outside the 40. Here's the arrow now, up to halfway. Fifth and last, Melbourne. Cruising upfield, short side, Garlick to Munster. They're going to have a run. Quick hands there, but out the back to nobody. Loose pass. And a knock-on from Seve. That'll be a turnover. Roosters ball. So, plays, ahoy. How are you, Zo? 15 and a half to play in this one. No one going to need to say in midfield. Carries it up to the halfway line. Can they hit back here, the Roosters? Crichton. Oh, Gamer Mel and Zoe, you guys would, of course, remember each other, surely, from Arcade Angel streams. And in Toxiblock streams, of course. Tedesco, inside ball for Toya, almost opens them up. Pappenhausen there to bring him down with the help of another defender. Couldn't see who it was. Shawn Blore, I think. Chip over the top, looking for Sandon Smith. But Pappenhausen takes it. Pappenhausen in his own end goal. Gets up and goes again. And he's brought down now. Goal line dropout incoming. But beautifully cleaned up there by Pappenhausen. You know what? It's funny that I've only just realised that of course you guys would surely know each other. Melbourne goes short with the restart here. It breaks the plane. Nwangani-Tuase loses it forward, says the referee. Well, they might challenge this, the Roosters. Nwangani-Tuase cannot believe it. That looked like it had surely gone backwards. Are they challenging this, the Roosters? Well, I'd probably advise not. Yeah, I might advise not challenging that. It was unlucky there, Nwangani-Tuase, but the referee was right in line. Doesn't mean that he's right, but it would be a risky challenge, especially this early in the contest. Scrum down Melbourne on their own 10. And I've got to say that one probably wasn't worth fighting for, but now a penalty on play 1, and it's Angus Crichton again. Sir Angus, he's given away his second penalty in the ruck for holding down. Could Trent Robinson have his shorts pulled up any goddamn higher? Honestly. Honestly. That's outrageous, man. Outrageous. Melbourne up over halfway. E.B. Williams, ahoy, mate. Seve now almost gets on the outside. The Wanganita jams in. Taken down, 30 out from the line. Here's Kane Bradley. Inside the 20 they go. 12 and a half till the break. Crucial little period of play here. Munster shows it inside twice. Out for Wishart. Now stepping off the right boot, Joe Chan. Taken down 10 metres out. Fifth and last. Munster steps back in field. Crash ball for a Tikimanu. What a tackle from Nafahu White. Try saver. A metre out from the line. Big Nafahu White. What a try saver. Jonathan Manson says, new 6 for the Storm, I think. You want to replace Cameron Munster? Is that what you're saying? That is madness. Madness, sir. I'm starting to think, Jonathan, that might be Michelle on a joke account. DJ Shack says, Sir Angus, his reign may end. Oh, new 6 tackles. I'm sorry. I thought you were calling for Storm to get a new number 6. I'm like, madness. I apologize. My bad. I misinterpreted that completely. Can you imagine somebody suggesting that Cameron Munster needs replacing? Up over halfway here. Go Melbourne halfway through this set. Into midfield. The ball's bobbled by Trent Liero. Took his eyes off it momentarily. He got a step ahead of himself there. Craig Bellamy won't be happy with that at all. User is viewing. Ahoy, mates. I go for the Sharks, unfortunately. But I have tipped Melbourne in this game. William Daniel says, is he not joining the Bears? No. No, absolutely not. Munster will be staying in Melbourne. I believe he finishes his career there. Now, the Bears are really going to struggle for players. Up over halfway, go the Roosters. But that's a story for another time. Roosters now up over halfway. Tackle 2. .45 out in midfield. Savala shows it inside. Dummies and goes straight through. He's got support here from Victor Radley. And Radley's chopped down. 5 out from the line. A try-saving effort there from the Storm. Quick play the ball. They go short side. Savala again. Backs into the defence. A metre out. 4 tackles gone. Back into midfield. Sandon Smith for White. Tedesco now. Harbour Bridge ball to Smith. Smith with quick hands onto Tupou. Tupou angles back in field. 5th and last. The scrambling defence of the Storm. Immaculate. Smith now into midfield. Savala dinks it in over the top. No Wanganita bats it back. 6 more tackles. But it's kicked through. And a penalty's given away for offside. The Roosters have cocked it up. They got 6 again. And they kicked it on play 1. Savala dinks it in over the top. No Wanganita bats it back. Sandon Smith, set restart, puts the kick through, but he was offside. Another try-saving effort there from the Storm on defence. E.B. Williams, wouldn't surprise me if both Tyron Wishart and Jonah Pezzett leave the Storm at the end of next year. Yeah, it really depends, doesn't it? What their plan of attack is. I know that. And I would need to look into this deeper. But one of, if not both, of Jonah Pezzett and Tyron Wishart have clauses in their contract that revolve around Jerome Hughes. So if Melbourne stick with Jerome Hughes long term, they could both be gone. Penalty now to Melbourne, and it's Angus Crichton again. Angus Crichton in the ruck again, and he is furious. Sir Angus is blowing up big time here at the referee because that is the third penalty at least for holding down in the ruck. Tedesco's frustrated. Oh, well, that's just an unnecessary shove, and no wonder the Storm player is just laughing in his face. Angus Crichton needs to have a sit down, I think. Honestly, Trent Robinson probably needs to bring him off. Otherwise, he's going to get himself sent off. Angus Crichton has lost his mind tonight. All discipline out the window. That was unnecessary. Just a shove in the tackle. Of course, that's going to be a penalty. Here come the Storm now. 30 metres out. Short side they go. Old McDonald carries it to the 20. Wishart wants the troops over on the right. That's where he goes. Munster back inside. Liero holds onto it this time. 15 metres out. Melbourne looking to launch something here. Munster. Out the back it goes for Pezzett. Short ball. Nicely read, though, by the defence. Chan's taken down on the 10. Back in field now. Pezzett. The double pump out the back it goes for Lasati. 5 metres out, fifth and last. Garlick sends it left. Pezzett chips it in over the top for Warbrick. Warbrick spills it forward. Tedesco grounds it in the in goal, but I think it'll be a knock on and Roosters ball. 6-0 it remains with 6 minutes to go until the break. Kane Bradley it was there, not Warbrick. Penalty to the Roosters. Trent Liero holding down now in the ruck. Savala from his own 20 finds touch. Not a lot of distance. Takes it 35 metres out. William Daniel, you need him on the field regardless of how he's acting, assuming you're talking about Sir Angus there. E.B. Williams, these are my predicted backlines for each team in the Pack Championships this year. I look forward to that coming through. Semi Salsa, 0 points and a half against an understrength Storm team. Yeah, the Roosters are trash. This ain't the same team that pumped the Dolphins. You picked the Roosters to get the win tonight. Well, they still might, because the Storm, by the same token, Storm are only up by 6. Smith goes out the back for Savala. Cut out pass for Toya. Toya spills it in contact as Kane Bradley jams in. And they had numbers, the Roosters, but they can't hold on to the ball. E.B. Williams. Okay, so for New Zealand, you've got Keanu Kinney, Jermaine Asako, Casey McLean, I'm assuming, rather than Jesse, Matt Timoko, and Mulatalo. For Tonga, Hopawade, Tupou, Daniel, I'm assuming, Stags, Robert Toya, and DWZ for Tonga, eh? Samoa, the Hammer, To'o, May, Critter, RTS. Man, Samoa's looking strong, hey? That Samoan team. The thing about Samoa, honestly, though, is they just don't seem to click as a unit, do they? That's straight through. Alec McDonald opens them up. Tedesco brings him down 10 metres out. He gets up and goes again, though, old McDonald. Lined up to the left here, the Storm. 15 out. They need to get it out there. Wishart. Here they go. Left. Munster goes back inside, though. Lasati sets it up. 15 metres out. DJ Shack says, why does nobody call him Tabuai Fido? It's just easier to type hammer. Batted back here. The crossfield kick. Warbrick for Anderson, and Anderson's carpets dives over to score. Melbourne are up 10-0, kick to come. Crossfield kick. Will Warbrick bats it back in field, and Grant Anderson's carpets dives over untouched. 10-0, kick to come. Melbourne on top. The Roosters just continue to shoot themselves in the foot. But yeah, DJ Shaq, it's like Nwanga Nituase, right? It's so much easier to just say Marky Mark or type Marky Mark. Or as I saw somebody on social media do, Mark Alphabet is how they type. Mark Alphabet had a good game. And same with Tabuai Fido. Sometimes it's just easier to type the hammer. What it is really, honestly, it's just a lack of confidence. A lack of confidence to spell it correctly. A lack of confidence to say it correctly. I mean, for the longest time, I used to call Big Tino, just out of, I didn't back myself to be able to say for Asofa-Solomona. I feel like I'm getting there. I know that I'm still not saying it 100% fluently and probably correctly, but I'm getting there. But it took me a long time to even attempt it. I used to just say Big Tino. As Pappenhausen from the sideline, it bends past the near upright, and it remains 10-0, the Storm. It's been far from convincing this half for Melbourne, but they've got themselves a nice little bit of breathing room here against the Roosters, who have just been... I mean, can we be honest and say the Roosters have just been abysmal? They really have been. One minute 40 to go until the break. Storm up 10-0. Fat Bloke 48 says, how is the game going? I know it says 6-0. Well, 10-0 now, but obviously that chat came through before that try. It's been a bit of a dismal game, Fat Bloke, to be honest. Melbourne are resting players. The Roosters, again, for the second week in a row, just not clicking. So it has been a bit of a, dismal old game. E.B. Williams says, how are you liking Sharky's chance of a premiership? 0%, E.B. Williams. 0%. Well, it's probably never 0%, is it? In fact, 0.1%. Down the short side, the Storm go. Putting the kick downfield again for Tupou. Tupou rumbles it back to the 20-meter line in midfield. 30 seconds to go until the halftime break. Nwanga Nituase gets on the outside. Can't get the ball free. UFC says, who's the more likely winners, Sharks or Raiders? Oh, Raiders. Yeah, the Sharks are getting no luck go their way this season, and they stink. The Raiders might not have the strongest team on paper, but they're going to win the minor premiership, so they'll get a second chance, and they're getting an awful lot of luck go their way this year as well. So definitely the Raiders have way more chance than the Sharks. I mean, that's, yeah. I didn't even have to think about that one. Half-time here, 10-0. The Storm on top in a scrappy affair. The Roosters, you wouldn't know that their season's on the line almost. I mean, it's not necessarily. The Roosters could still have results go their way and not be under threat for that 8th place. But, I mean, if they win tonight, they almost guarantee, you would think that that alone would have them up and about to be better than they are. They could have had it secured last week, but they were abysmal, weren't they? So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Roosters, honestly. No Sam Walker is a big thing. That's been proven. Oh, hey, Alana. How are you? Sorry, Alana Ferguson. Ains Stainton. Ahoy, mates. How's my tips? 100% so far this week. I know we're only 2 games into this week, but yeah, 100%. I mean, in the Waste to World of Sports tipping contest, overall, I'm doing pretty shit. Anybody who's behind my co-host Michelle in the tipping contest, which includes myself, needs to have a long, hard look at themselves. So yeah, overall, it's been pretty terrible. But yeah, so far this week, 100%. 10 points to 0 at the break. Melbourne in a scrappy old game, getting the job done so far. Neutralizer, ahoy, mates. Storm 1-12. E.P. Williams says, would you call the Sharks this year finals fodder? I mean that as in a team that just makes up the 8 and just bow out in the first week of the finals. I say that about them every year, E.B. Williams. I think the Sharks' best chance would be finish 5th. If the Warriors continue to wobble, the Sharks are a chance of finishing 5th. Broncos have all but got 4th spot locked up now. The Warriors have wobbled. Okay, so the Broncos are going to finish in 4th. They'll be going to Canberra in week 1 of the finals to play the Raiders. Sharks will probably finish 5th. Theoretically. Assuming that the Warriors continue to wobble, Sharks should comfortably finish in 5th. So that means they're either going to have the Roosters in week 1 of the finals where they'll get dumped out. I understand the Roosters are playing terribly at the moment, but yeah, I do not have any faith in the Sharks to beat the Roosters. The Dolphins, should the Roosters falter here tonight, the Dolphins have the potential to sneak in. I reckon the Sharks will beat the Dolphins in week 1, but then they will get dumped out in week 2, whoever they come up against. Imagine if the Sharks finish 6th and they play Penrith. Oh, forget about it. Whoever plays Penrith in week 1 is gone. I'm not even hesitating to make that prediction. Whoever plays Penrith in week 1 of the finals is gonskis. Forget about them. Season over. Yep. I'm not even thinking about that one. 10 points to 0 at halftime here. I'm still convinced that Melbourne have rested some key players here for this one. I don't think they really care about the minor premiership, but obviously they're looking for a win tonight still so that they guarantee themselves top 2. If they guarantee themselves top 2, they are going to pull a Panthers and rest everybody next week against the Broncos. That's why I'm thinking Broncos top 4. The Warriors slipped up tonight. Brisbane could field a Queensland Cup team and still beat the Knights. No offense to the Knights, but they've been shocking this season. Melbourne, should they win tonight, I guarantee you they're going to rest everybody next week. And it's an easy win for the Broncos. Neutralizer says at this point, it's only 3 teams. 2 out of this 3 that will play the grand final. Raiders, Storm, Panthers. Thoughts? Yeah. Hey, Neutralizer, I've been saying since the end of last year, right at full time last year, I said these will likely be the 2 teams in the grand final again next year. And I think that Melbourne showed me enough to suggest that they'll go one better in 2025. Look, I still honestly think it'll be Melbourne and Panthers in the final again. Look, your Raiders, Neutralizer, your green machine, they've definitely made believers out of me after that performance last week. But I just think, honestly, there's still, and I don't mean this in an offensive way at all. I know that I've hung a lot of crap on the Raiders over the past couple of seasons. I don't mean any offense by this at all, but their game still largely relies on luck. I think systematic finals football by the Storm, by the Panthers, like teams that are regularly there and are used to being there, will ultimately win out at the end of the day over. And I've got to be very careful the way that I say that, because I don't mean, by saying that the Raiders have had a lot of luck, I'm not trying to suggest that they don't deserve to be or belong where they are. But I am saying, like, rebounds off the post for length of the field tries, that only happens once a season. That probably only happens once a generation. Like, none of those players involved in that play will ever see that happen again, is what I'm saying. And we've seen more than one moment of that out of them in this season. So, yeah, I'm trying to be cautious of how I say it. But I've seen nothing to suggest it won't be a Storm Panthers grand final again. Heel fries. Am I doing a Toxic Gamer after this? Probably not tonight, mate, because I've got a huge weekend coming up. And I've got a very important business meeting on Monday that I need to get ready for as well. And a lot of cataloging to do for my store. So for those who may not be aware, I've started a new business, and we're running a collectible store basically. Jace, my off times co-host for the wrestling shows, we've started a collectible store. So yeah, heel fries. I don't know, mate. I won't say no completely. I'll see how I feel, but with the Formula One this weekend and everything as well, chances are pretty slim, I've got to be honest. Yeah, I've got work to do for the store. I've got a big client meeting on Monday that I've got to get prepared for. So yeah, I would love to heel fries, and I won't say no completely, but yeah. Tell us more, says William Daniel. Okay, well, we're doing all sorts of collectibles. I mean, retro, old school stuff. I mean, look, here is right beside me, ready to go. Old school, Eric Draven, the Crow. I've got the Crow somewhere. I just need to find him. So, yeah, we'll be selling stuff like that. Old school professional wrestling. Hey, look, I've got some very nearby. I mean, this is a new box of stuff that Jace just brought through. And we've got some more stuff coming, but here, original TNA Impact AJ Styles mock. Look at that. Mint on card. Beautiful looking piece right there. So, yeah, we got all kinds of stuff ready to sell. King of the Ring, Jeff Hardy. Oops, nearly dropped it. King of the Ring, Jeff Hardy. Look at that. All mint on card. Beautiful stuff. So, yeah, we'll be talking all about our show every second Monday night on Not Another Bloody Wrestling Show. So, for those who don't even know, we do a fortnightly wrestling podcast style show. We also do watch-alongs of the main events, premium live events, like we just did AEW Forbidden Door this past week. So, yeah, we've got plenty of stuff. AFL is coming to the channel. Won't be me. I don't like AFL, so I won't be doing it. But Michelle and Jace, now that they're more heavily involved in the channel, they'll be doing AFL, covering the finals starting next week. So, yeah, we've got a lot of stuff coming here on the Waste of Water Sports, including, yes, you'll hear more about that collectible store on the wrestling shows, I'm sure. Well, actually, we do have some footy merchandise. Hang on. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah. We do have some footy merchandise coming in. We just got a couple of these. Now, these were used at a Titans Members Day. So these didn't even go on sale to the general public. But we have managed to get hold of a couple of them. Jaden Campbell bobbleheads. So there is actually going to be some rugby league merchandise available at the store. So, yeah, there you go. These were a special thing done for Titans members. Not available to the general public. We have managed somehow, through ways and means, to get hold of a couple of them. So we'll see. We're going to sit on these for a while. These will sit on the shelves for some time. We've got to see if Jaden Campbell goes on and has a fantastic Jonathan Thurston-style career. Then maybe 10 years down the track, we'll put these bad boys on sale and they'll be worth something. But at the moment, Jaden still got a lot of proving to do. Might not be worth all that much. But I digress. William Daniel says, will we ship internationally? Absolutely. It's a little bit difficult to ship to America at the moment because of all the tariff situation. Australia Post has basically said, yeah, we're not even dealing with America right now. But ultimately, yeah, we'll find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. So, yeah, we're definitely shipping internationally. But yeah, there'll be more about that very, very soon. Jace has actually sent me a video that I need to convert and upload to the channel, which is the formal announcement of the store. So I've kind of jumped the gun a little bit in that respect, but hey, since you're here. Richard Trainer says, my Kobe bobblehead. That is worth a bit. I'm sure it probably is, yeah. I would say it probably is. Actually, if you're into basketball stuff, Richard Trainer, we've got one for you. Hang on, I'll show you this. How cool is this, right? Number 33, Miami Heat. Morning, 33 Heat. Oh, hang on. It sounds a bit squeaky. I know it sounds a bit painful. Nesting eggs. And inside is Hardaway, number 10. We can open it up even further. Oh, if we got even further down. Even further down, if we open up Hardaway, we've got 42. Brown. We can go even deeper. And here is number 21, Leonard. And there's another one as well inside there. You can go even further down. There's another one that opens up. We'll leave it up to the imagination as to who that one is. Inside the final nesting egg there for the Heat. So, yeah, we have got some cool stuff. We've got some bizarre stuff. But, yeah, there will be, trust me, there will be plenty more shilling of our collectible store going on in the future. So I apologize in advance. We are going to try very, very hard to not get over salesy because I know firsthand how annoying over salesy can get on channels. So we're going to try and keep it real and just have natural integration with these things. But yeah, I mean, if we do go overboard, so just let us know in the chat room. Give us a little virtual slap across the face if we get a little bit too carried away with business once that store ultimately kicks off. Second half about to get underway here. Storm 10 points to 0 over the Roosters. Bring on that second half. Can they keep it up? Craig Howarth, ahoy, mate. Second half underway. Storm with the kickoff. Business for the businessman. That's it, UFC. At the end of the day, you've got to do it. It's like, honestly, tonight we were on the brink of 7,500 subscribers, and I'm not normally the type of person that's like, oh, please like and subscribe. Blah, 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 blah. But, you know, look, ultimately it works. I begrudgingly did it and said, look, if you enjoy what we're doing here and you'd like to come and hang out with us more, we do this every week for multiple sports. Do feel free to give us a like and subscribe, and boom, we're at the 7.5K. So, you know, I'm not a salesman by nature. That's the problem. Fifth and last here for the Roosters. 40 out. Savala puts the kick high. Contestable ball, but moving forward is Pappenhausen. And Pappenhausen takes it nicely. Melbourne back in possession. Warbrick rumbles it up. So 0 ticks off my multi here. Of course, there's only been 2 tries. It's been pretty hard to get ticks off the multi here tonight. Halfway through the set here for the Storm. 2 tackles left in this set. Liero in midfield. Yeah, exactly. She tried to get herself on for tonight, Craig, but I've got to stand my ground. Like, yeah, that whole Harry Grant thing was just insane. It was the most blatant penalty ever in the history of rugby league, but yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy for people to have a different opinion to my own. But when there's just no reasoning with something that blatant, there's a deeper rooted issue there. And yeah, we've all seen it. We've all seen how much she hates this team, and there's just no reasoning with her. Jace, ahoy, mates. His ears must have pricked up. Jace, if you skip back like 5 minutes, ultimate shill session for the store. You should check it out and critique my salesmanship. Through the hands now. Tedesco puts the kick over the top. Looking for the bounce. Sits up in field. And Pappenhausen taken over the sideline. Great kick chase there by the Roosters. John Michael. Ahoy, mates. Of course you were, Jace. Of course you were. No, seriously, Jace. Skip back like 5 minutes. During the halftime break, I was doing nothing but shilling the store. Rate me. Rate me. T-R-A-T-E. For anyone who might have heard that incorrectly. Wasn't a Nirvana song. Rate my salesmanship, Jace. Skip back. Check it out. Halftime break. Nafahu White here in midfield. Tackle 2. 5 meters out. Watson to Smith. Through the hands now. Savala. Late pass for Tedesco. Tedesco. Flick pass out the back. Nawangani Tuase. Taken down 5 meters from the line. Bradley in at dummy half. Savala. Into midfield they go. Smith with the double pump for Tedesco. Oh, Billy Smith gets all tangled up and spills the ball. What a let-off that is for the Storm. Billy Smith. Unlucky. So this has been ruled no knock on. No knock on because Billy Smith's got a boot to it before it hit the ground. So Pappenhausen has kicked it dead. Storm goes short with the restart. It's gone 52 meters over the sideline on the full. Roosters ball. Oh, you checked it out, Chase. Nice. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest and 1 also being the highest, how do you rate my salesmanship? And also, do not be concerned. I did not ruin the Jeff Hardy. I know it looked like it, but I didn't. It is still intact. I swear. I swear to God. I might have, yeah. That's my bad. Through the hands now, Tedesco looking to offload, and he does. Nawaqanitawase. Oh, he hasn't. Nawaqanitawase has pulled off another miracle try. How does he keep doing it? Tedesco with the flick pass off the ground. Nawaqanitawase had half a metre to work with, and he has somehow balanced his way down the sideline with big Kane Bradley in front of him. Reaches out and plants it down. Oh, he can't possibly have done it. Tippy-toeing down the sideline again. Oh, this man is a freak, an absolute freak of nature. Nawaqanitawase gets our first tick of the multi and gets the Roosters on the board. How has he scored that? Bella G, ahoy. All right, I'm happy now. Bella's here. I mean, no offense to everybody else. I love you all equally. I love you all equally. I just love her the best. So, that's all. We don't play favorites around here. Oh, my God. Half a metre down the short side. Nawaqanitawase had no right to score this. No right. A nice tick off the multi anyways. Try confirmed. Craig Howard says Bella means beautiful in Italian. Ah. Well, there you go. Well, the name checks out then. Sandon Smith from the sideline puts this one on target, but it's bending. It stays in the posts. 10 points to 6. The Roosters have hit back. Game on in this one. Right back. Back underway. Roosters suddenly find themselves in this contest after a dominant first half. Crichton brings it out to the 30. Slow play the ball. Scooped up by one. I hate it when he does that, man. Honestly, Connor Watson would be on one hand. Scoop up ban. Jones. Tedesco gets away. Second phase play here for the Roosters as they take it up over the halfway line. 2 tackles left. Short side they go. Siwa Wong's on the field. Stands in the tackle. 5th and last. Short side. Savala puts it high. Contestable kick. Pappenhausen's under it. Nawaqanitawase times it to perfection and folds Pappy in half. Storm on the back foot. Inside their own 10. Oh, boy. Millimeters in it there from Nawangani-Tuase. The Roosters, they've got the momentum here. 9 gone in the second half, and they have the momentum. Can they make hay while the sun shines? Well, the Storm have come up with a big mistake. Dropped ball. Trent Liero with his second error. And here come the Roosters. Trailing by 4. A full set of 6 now, 30 metres out. Well, the Roosters, they realise their season potentially on the line here. It matters not for the Storm. They're already into the finals. Roosters are playing for their very lives. John Michael, you're very, very happy. That is awesome, mate. Glad to hear it. Scrum down. Watson breaks to the right. Savala onto Smith. Smith to Toya. Toya steps off the right. Gets the arms free. 15 metres out. 6 again. Sandon Smith onto Wong. Siu Wong steps off the left. Carries it inside the 10. 2 reasons. Okay. 1, Waste of Water Sports is live tonight. Potentially, Dan going live with Intoxigamer after this. That's 1 reason. 2 reasons. There's been good news about your mum. She's all good. She's getting even better. That's my guess. Angus Crichton barges for the line. They've turned him on his back. And he's held up. Oh, well, it wasn't Angus Crichton. But anyway. Roosters 10 metres out here, halfway through the set. Smith, inside ball for Nafahu White. Half a metre out. 2 tackles left. Here come the Roosters. Smith again down the short side. Tedesco, double pump, and over the top for Nawangani-Tuase. Miracle ball back in field. Tedesco with the flick pass, and it's a falcon back into the hands of the Storm. Wishart has it 5 metres out from their own line, but goddamn, Nawangani-Tuase again. A miracle to even keep that ball in the field of play. Catches it with one hand. He's over the sideline, and he just fires it back in field. Insane. Craziness from Nawangani-Tuase. 30 metres out from their own line here, the Storm. Wishart goes into dummy half. Gives it back for Pezzett. Pezzett kicks it straight into the face of Wong. And it's a set restart. Unlucky there for the Roosters. No way did Siua Wong play at that. That is very unlucky call against the Roosters. Melbourne have it on halfway now. Play 2. Warbrick. Liero in midfield. Drops it off on the inside. Old McDonald's. Plays it on tackle 3. 40 out from the line. Pezzett at the back for Munster. Short ball for Blore. Blore with the risky pass out for Pappenhausen. Pappenhausen spills it. Tedesco spills it. Double knock on Jones. Scrum down here for the Roosters. "27 minutes left. 4 points the difference. Storm making tough going of it. Scrum down Roosters. 20 out from their own line. Here's Tupou with the first hit up. Nafahu White takes 3 to bring him down. He's a big unit. Up outside the 40. Go the Roosters. Halfway through the set. Tedesco at first receiver. Dummies. Straightens the attack on halfway. Right in midfield. 2 tackles left. Short side, flat pass for Butcher. Butcher goes straight through. He's got Wong in support. And Siwa Wong scores under the post. The Roosters out of nowhere. They're about to take the lead. The Sydney Roosters. Egan Butcher with the line break. Siwa Wong in support. Roosters from 40 metres out. Boomfast straight through, draws in Pappenhausen and sends Wong on his way under the sticks. Siwa Wong, the most Asian sounding name, the least Asian looking player, scores it under the sticks. Craig Howarth says, I'll always support Sydney over Melbourne, except for when the Roosters are involved. I support two teams, Souths, and anyone against the Roosters. John Michael, Mum is very slowly recovering, and yes, you are right. Besides the VIP tickets to the WWE Super Show, plus AEW Grand Slam. Ah, right. So, wrestling tickets out the wazoo, John Michael, yes. Jace has got his tickets for AEW as well. I think he got ticket number 1 from Tony himself. But that's the benefits of being on the payroll. But I digress. From right in front, Sandon Smith pops this one over. And the Roosters lead. The Roosters lead, can you believe it? 12 points to 10. Unbelievable. For over 40 minutes. The Roosters never looked like being in this contest. And here they are. Two points in the lead. Reed says ahoy. Ahoy, Reed. I apologize. I'm starting to lose my voice. Yes, ahoy, Reed. More Uncharted coming up tonight on Intoxigamer, by the way. I know you like that game. Well, I don't know. I've been told that you like that game. Roosters now 12 points to 10. They lead. Watson into midfield. 2 tackles left this set. Suddenly they're full of running here, the Roosters. Watson fends away from Liero. Brings it outside the 40. 5th and last. Savala from inside the 40. He kicks downfield. Pappenhausen takes it on the full. 5 out from his own line. Spins. And now straightens. Offloads to Warbrick. Warbrick from a standing start. Taken down. 12 out in midfield. Bradley. That's got to be Kane. That's got to be Kane. Bradley brings it outside the 20. Pappenhausen from inside the red zone and a standing start. That's not what you want from a little fella. Heading sideways here, Melbourne. The Roosters' defense all over them right now. Munster kicks early. Play 4 from inside the 40. Not a lot of distance, but the Roosters let it bounce for some reason. And Tupou collects it on his own 10-meter line. It's worked out all right for the Storm. It probably shouldn't have, though. Oh, yeah. Come on, Munster magic, says Bella. Exactly. We saw some Munster magic in the first half. The Storm needs some more in the second. That's for sure. They're looking very flat. But as we said, Storm, they don't care about the minor premiership. They've rested a lot of guys. Not as many as the Panthers rested. That'll be next week. 5th and last here for the Roosters. The kick goes downfield. And it goes over the dead ball line for a 7-tackle set. Poor kick, that one from Savala. 22 minutes still to play. And that's a long time left to be giving Melbourne 7 tackle sets. This could really come back to haunt them. Excuse me. The Seagulls are out in full force. Late offload. Pappenhausen spills it. Knock on is the call. Ryan Pappenhausen wasn't expecting the offload. And he's bobbled the ball and lost it forward. They're thinking about a challenge here, and they've gone for it. Melbourne have gone the challenge. On-field decision, knock on against Ryan Pappenhausen. They've called the challenge. It was a late offload. Pappenhausen wasn't really expecting it, but still should have taken it. Now that's gone backwards, and that one's gone forward. He initially knocked it back. He then knocked it forward. Unsuccessful challenge. He's knocked it back initially, but his second touch on it knocks it forward. Unsuccessful challenge. So there we go. Pappenhausen bobbles it back initially, gets a second touch on it, and that second touch is the one that's done him in. Melbourne retain their challenge, but it's on-field decision stands. Scrum down. Roosters ball, 12-10. Roosters suddenly on top. $40 meters out from the line. The Roosters will have the scrum down. This one's gone their way. Melbourne retain their challenge, though. Scrum down. Nawaqanitawase feeds it. Fired over into midfield for Savala. On it goes to Angus Crichton on the crash ball. 30 meters out here, the Roosters. Quick play the ball. Watson runs from dummy half. Catches them napping. Nelson wraps him up. Oh, what a huge human being. Big Nelson. 20 meters out here, the Roosters. 2 tackles down. Siwa Wong steps back in field. Back towards the play the ball area. 15 meters out. Smith. Short ball. Nicely popped up there for Steep. Steep surrenders in the tackle. 10 out in midfield. They go right. Savala out the back to nobody. It's loose. Scooped up by Nawaqanitawase. Keeps it alive for Toya. Toya beats one. And he's taken down a couple of meters out here. 5th and last just to the right of the post. Smith sends it left. Savala. Numbers here for the Roosters. But Tedesco with a loose pass over the top. Play on. No touch. And that'll be a handover to the Storm, sorry. The Roosters appealing for a touch and a 6 again. But it falls for the Storm. 12 points to 10. The Roosters lead. 20 minutes to go in the contest. Oh, this one's going to go down to the wire again. Wasted World of Sports, 7,516 subscribers. Surely we can get to 7,520. Hey. Munster, short ball, nicely read by the Roosters defense. Blore takes it down on halfway. If you're joining us for the first time there in the YouTube chat and you'd like to hang out with us more, this is what we do every weekend. Do feel free to hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 7,520 before the end of this game. 5th and last, kick downfield. Taken by Nawaqanitawase. But Kane Bradley, that's got to be Kane Bradley, who chases through and brings him down a meter out. Oh, this game is going to go the distance. You can feel it. Brandon Musso, ahoy, mates. Go the Storms. William Daniel, are we back tomorrow? Absolutely. Absolutely, mate. Tedesco. Crawls outside the 30. Quick play the ball. Watson scurries away. Beats one. Takes it up towards halfway before he's put down there. Connor Watson taking on Big Nelson. There's a mismatch. David versus Goliath. Kick downfield. Pappenhausen under it. Takes it on the 10. Gives it off to Warbrick for the strong carry. Warbrick heading sideways. Now he straightens. Tackled just short of his own 20. That is a big miss. David versus Goliath right there. Connor Watson versus Big Nelson. Forget about it. Munster drops it off here for Marion Seve. Halfway through the set. Pappenhausen now. Flick pass out the back for Nelson. Nelson. Penalty to the Roosters. Penalty to the Roosters because Nelson, I believe, had failed to get back behind the play the ball area. Oh, Craig Bellamy's pissed. Nelson's in front of the play the ball. Lazy play. Lazy. No wonder he's out of favour. He is out of favour big time with Bellamy at the moment. Lazy play. Nelson's given away a gift for the Roosters. He was in front of the play the ball, therefore offside, could not get involved. Collected the offload. Makes him offside penalty Roosters. Clear as day. Here they come now, the Roosters, full of belief after a shocking first half. Yeah, Nelson's done. I'm sorry. I love Nelson. A legend. A Melbourne legend. An NRL legend, but he's done. He's done. He'll be moving on. Nelson will be in Super League sooner rather than later, and Melbourne will have Tino for Asuamalawe or Big David Fafita, or heaven forbid the rest of the competition, they wind up getting both of them. Oh my God, what a forward pack that would be under Craig Bellamy. Lindsay Collins opens them up in midfield. He's 5 meters out, brought down Pappenhausen. Fifth and last, Roosters. Send it left. Sandon Smith. Flat pass. Billy Smith with no support. Bats it back. Lost forward by Will Warbrick. 6 again here for the Roosters. Tupou down the short side. 5 meters out. He's on play 1. Roosters. Full set of 6 incoming. The Roosters. Well on top here with momentum. Steep. Takes it inside the 10. Right in midfield. Here's Savala. Set restart. Tedesco, the double pump for Toya. Toya draws in the defence and puts Nawangani-Tuase over in the corner. Well, he's already got a tick off the multi for me. I didn't need him again. Nawangani-Tuase gets a double. Oh, the Roosters flying now, keeping their season alive. 16 points to 10. The kick to come. The kick will be about 10 meters in from touch on this right-hand edge. Nawangani-Tuase gets a double. The Storm have self-destructed. Roosters with the season on the line. Oh, cheers, by the way. 7,520. We did indeed make it. Well, then, I guess I have to set a new goal. 7,525. Let's do it. Wasted World of Sports. If you're there in the YouTube chat and you enjoy what we're doing here and you'd like to come and hang out with us each and every weekend when we cover this, Rugby Union, Formula One, AFL coming up next weekend, professional wrestling. Let's get 7,525 before the end of this game. Nawangani-Tuase gets a double. Big conversion kick now. 15 minutes to play. Big conversion. Big conversion. Oh, geez, they took it out wide. 5 meters in from touch. Sandon Smith lines it up. 2 from 2 tonight. 84% for the season. It's not the favoured side for a right-footed kicker. He moves in. He strikes it. It's bending. It's bending. It hits the post and goes over. It hits the post and bounces through. Roosters up 18-10. Oh, it's going to take a big effort now for the Storm. Big effort. (18-10). Time running out. 15 minutes left to play. Ains Stainton. Ahoy, mate. Appreciate you from Thailand. Oh, believe me, Ains, I appreciate Thailand as well. You can all take that however you will. A second half dominated by the Roosters. Matheson, Dowdle, you hope the Storm wins, so your Panthers make the finals. Your Panthers are in the finals anyway, Matheson. It doesn't matter what happens. Penalty now to the Roosters on the fifth and last tackle. High contact, fifth and last on halfway. Penalty, Roosters. Oh, let's get a shot of Craig Bellamy now. Let's get a shot right now of the coach. He will be fuming. Fifth tackle penalty. Oh, the Roosters. They have got this well in control. 30 metres out from the line. Lindsay Collins. The penalty was high contact against Utikimanu. Is viewing. Siwan Wong. He has been so big in the second half. Immense. 20 metres out. 13 and a half to go. Inside ball here for Steep. Steep. 15 out. Midfield. Sandon Smith to the right edge. Savala. Tedesco. Cut out pass for Nwangani Tawase. Oh, he's bounced it. Oh, Nwangani Tawase with a hat-trick beckoning. It's going up as a try. Well, he bounced it, surely. Tedesco with the cutout pass. Nwangani Tawase. It's gone up as a try. Well, I wouldn't put it past him if he scored it, but it looked like he bounced it. Oh, he scored it. He scored it. Never mind. Of course he has. Nwangani Tawase makes it 22-10. Kick to come. Oh, the Roosters. Nwangani Tawase. Unbelievable. A hat trick. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Kane Bradley jamming in, leaving Nwangani Tawase unmarked. Unbelievable. The Roosters. With 12 minutes to play. Sandon Smith from the sideline hangs this out to the right. 22-10. Twelve minutes left to play. Going down to the wire, this one. 12 minutes to play. Back underway. Storm look to hang it towards the sideline. Well taken by Savala. Big defense in midfield. 25 out from their own line here. Nawangani-Tawase plays it quickly. Down the left edge they go. Angus Crichton. 30 out. Halfway through the set. Steep. Backs into the defense. 2 to go. Through the hands to the right. Robert Toya. One-on-one with Seve. Runs over the top of him. But Munster's there to make the tackle. 5th and last. Savala puts this one high. Down midfield. Taken at the back by Warbrick. Offloads to Pappenhausen. Pappenhausen to Bradley. Bradley carries it outside the 10. Quick play the ball. Seve brings it out to the 20. Way Z. Ahoy, mates. Welcome along, channel member. Late offload here. Storm keep it alive. Garlick takes it up 40 meters out from their own line. Halfway through the set. Munster through the hands now. Pappenhausen back inside for Nelson. Nelson with a good, strong carry. That's better from the big man. Short side they stay. Pappenhausen. Cut out pass. For Blore. Back in field. Intercept. And Savala's away. And that's the game. Hugo Savala one-on-one with Munster. Oh, he slips. Well, that should have been the game. That should have been the game, but Savala slips on his ass. It's still on for the Roosters. 432 on one out to the left. But Anderson jams in and cuts it down. 9.5 to play. Roosters on top. Slow play the ball, this one. Oh, the match winner was there, but Savala slipped. 10 meters out. Tedesco at first receiver. Steps back in field. Swarmed by the Storm defense. 2 tackles left here. 10 meters out. Stacked short side. That's where they go. Savala for Smith. Toya. Quick tap on for Nawangani-Tawase. And the son of a bitch gets 4. That's the game. Roosters have won. Nawangani-Tawase with another try. And the Roosters have all but locked up 4th spot on the ladder. Well, this is horrible news now for the Broncos because if the Storm won this game, Melbourne were resting all 18 of their starting lineup in the final round. They can't afford to do that now. They're under threat from the Bulldogs for 2nd spot. They can't afford to do it now. The biggest loser tonight, the Broncos, who have to face the Storm next week. Storm are resting everybody next weekend, Michelle. And you know it. It doesn't matter what Bellyache said. It's like when the board members come out and say, the coach has our full support, and then the coach is fired the weekend after. They're not resting them now, though, and that's bad news for the Broncos. Sandon Smith converts. 28 points to 10. And now it looks like it's going to be the Broncos hosting the Roosters in an elimination final. What a blockbuster that's going to be. Holy hell. The Broncos in 5th and the Roosters in 8th. in an elimination final. This is the worst possible result for the Bronx. Storm get us back underway. They go short with 7.5 to play. And no Tuimalatu-Brown bats it back. It's loose. Towed through by Tuimalatu. Towed back by Angus Crichton. It's loose at the back. Robert Toya scoops it up. It's there for the Roosters. Inside their own 10. 7 minutes to play. 3 converted tries ahead. Tupou beats one. Carries it outside the 20. Watson stands in the tackle. 30 metres out from their own line here, the Roosters. Big second half it's been. They got a talking to. Savala on the 5th and last from inside his own 40. Sends it deep. Taken on the full at the back and winding up is, that's got to be Kane Bradley. And he meets a brick wall of Roosters defenders. Down the short side they go. Sebe trying to spin out of the tackle. Lindsay Collins holds on. Pappenhausen out the back it goes for Pezzett. Pezzett wrapped up. Warbrick takes it infield. Tackle 4 on halfway. Utikimanu bumps off one. Gets the offload away. Heading across field. Joe Chan still on halfway here. Down the short side. 5th and last. Munster with the Hail Mary. The big floating bomb into midfield. Tedesco takes it. Oh, Teddy, what a take. Tuimalatu-Brown. Penalty. Nelson's offside. Oh, high contact. Wow. Big Nelson. He has had a night to forget. He's already on the outer. Well, I did call it. I've been saying for a couple of weeks now. Nelson, he's on the outer here with the Storm. Big Nelson will be in Super League. And the Storm are going to pick up one of, if not both. Heaven forbid. Honestly, if Melbourne pick up both, Tino for Asofa-Solomona and David Fafita, picking up one is going to be bad enough. But imagine both of those beasts under Craig Bellamy's tutelage. The Storm are going to win the next 3 or 4 seasons in a row if they pick up both of them. Through the hands now, Tedesco. On to Billy Smith. Smith with the double pump. Offloads back in field for Tedesco. Tedesco keeps it alive. Watson in midfield. Bends away from one. Dragged down by the scruff of the neck. 20 metres out. Sandon Smith onto the Lenu. Big Spencer. 12 metres out. Back into midfield. Savala. Smith out the back to nobody. Nice bounce though for Toya. Toya keeps it alive for Tedesco. Steps back in field. Flick pass over the top. And here they come. The Roosters keeping the ball alive. 2 tackles left. Crash ball for Radley. Radley fires it over the top for Robert Toya. And Robert Toya scores. 32-10. Check to come. Robert Toya unmarked on the outside. The Roosters. 32-10. Kick to come. Oh, boy. I tell you what, Craig Bellamy will be very disappointed that he rested so many tonight. They have been decimated in the second half. 32-10, kick to come. Victor Radley keeping the ball alive. Robert Toya. Two minutes 43 to play. Sandon Smith. He's been kicking well tonight. Smith puts this one on target. It's down the middle from the sideline. Oh, welcome back, Sandon Smith. 34 points to 10. A second half demolition. A second half demolition against the understrength Melbourne Storm. But as the Panthers, the Storm have earned the right to rest players. It's their prerogative. Pappenhausen with the restart. 2 minutes left to play. And they send it deep. Well, they may as well have gone short again. Who cares at this point? Plenty out from their own line here, the Roosters. Nawangani-Tuase. Tackled just short of the 30. 1 minute 50 to go. Nice short ball there for Radley. Radley pops it up for Savala. They're in again here, the Roosters. Tedesco to score under the posts. 38 points to 10. Kick to come from right beside the post. They're having a field day now, the Roosters. Teddy scores. And this will surely solidify themselves inside the top 8. They still have to win next week, you would think. The for and against will be very important. Dolphins have got the Titans coming up in the final round. But this is huge for the Roosters. $38 points to 10 with the kick to come right beside the posts. And again, 432 tries scored tonight. One tick off the multi. God damn. 5 seconds left on the clock. Sandon Smith winding it down. Time is off. But this will surely be the last play. Sandon Smith converts. 40 points to 10. The Roosters, and Trent Robinson's face says it all. Not a lot to get excited about for that one for the Roosters. I mean, apart from the fact that they've potentially locked themselves in for finals, Trent Robinson understands it was against an understrength Melbourne team. We can't get too carried away with that performance. But a huge second half to keep their season alive. For and against. factors into it big time. $40-10. Michelle still, after all these years, doesn't understand the definition of the term understrength. Crazy. Understrength obviously means when you don't have your best available team out on the park. I mean, Harry Grant being absent alone means Melbourne were understrength tonight. Anyway, one of these days she might understand what that term actually means. Mookie. Good night, Gamer Mel. Oh, there's no understrength when it comes to them? Yeah, well, see, that's why you're banned from Storm games. Because there's no reasoning with you when it comes to them. This is why you're banned. Ah, DJ Shaq, I know, right? I know. What do we expect? If they voluntarily rest players, it's not understrength. Well, that's just ridiculous. That's more ridiculous. That is actually more. I didn't think you could say anything more ridiculous than the Panthers resting their entire squad being disrespectful to the Bulldogs. But you've done it. You've successfully done it. Yes, coming up next week, though. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Michelle's actually pre-warned us that this could be worse than Origin. Michelle calling a Geelong Cats game in AFL. AFL is coming to the channel next weekend. Michelle has warned us it could be worse than Origin. My God. Jason and Michelle bringing AFL to the Western World of Sports next weekend. I won't be part of it because I follow real sports, but I digress. No, I'm sorry. I'm just mucking around. If you love AFL, you're more than entitled to it. I'm just being a dick at this point. But yes, Michelle and Jace bringing AFL to the Western World of Sports. I will not be part of it, though, because I'm just not interested. Nothing to do with AFL being bad or anything. Just I'm not into it. That's all. So AFL coming up next weekend. Michelle and Jace are going to be covering the finals. That one game anyway. They're going to see how it goes. I mean, so, hey, if you're into AFL, if that's your bag, and, jump on the stream and check out that stream. Jace, Jace, co-host with me for the wrestling. Michelle, obviously, hates the Melbourne Storm. Hates Queensland come Origin time. So they'll be joining forces to cover the NRL AFL finals. So that's coming up. If you're into AFL and you want to see more AFL on the channel, jump into that one and support that one because, the numbers are going to be big. Ultimately, it comes down to the numbers. It's a numbers game. And we're just trying it out basically to see if the support's there for AFL on the channel. So there we go. We know the support's here for NRL. We know the support's there for rugby union. We know the support's there for wrestling. We're now going to see if the support is there for AFL. So come along. If you're into AFL, like if you're one of the 10 people that follow it, I'm only joking. I'm only kidding. I'm just mucking around. AFL's massive in Victoria. We know it. AFL is probably bigger in Victoria alone than rugby league is in the combined in the rest of Australia. Let's be honest about that. So obviously, I'm just mucking around, having a laugh. We all know it's going to go extremely well. It's going to be interesting, though. Like, who's going to take the lead there in that stream? Wow. Jason, Michelle combined. It's going to be a couple of loud voices there. Who's going to be taking the lead? So looking forward to that one. I'll be asleep or getting my hair done when that's going on. But, yeah. Jace will be the lead, says Michelle. There you go. All right, so Jace. Jace has the lead, apparently. But, yeah, I'll be asleep or I'll book a hair appointment or something while that game's on. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, Michelle's very... Okay, so a little bit of a backstory. Backstory Jones. Michelle didn't really... Okay, Michelle wants to do AFL on the channel, and she wants to do basketball on the channel as well, but this is about AFL. Michelle wants to do AFL on the channel as well, but as history has shown, when she is really emotionally involved in a contest, State of Origin, right? Anti-Melbourne Storm, right? Yeah, it's kind of next level. She's already pre-warned us, like, this is her team now in the AFL finals. So she's already pre-warned that this could get ugly. But since I'm not part of it, you know, I've obviously got to, I'll obviously have to monitor it, because she can't be saying things like she has said during Origin streams that gets us banned from streams. I'll have to teach Jace the ways of the mute button. I've got a glorious mute button. Whenever Michelle gets on rants, it's just hit that button and we can just let her carry about, and you'll see the gums flapping on the screen, but you won't hear anything. I might have to teach Jace, just like, all right, if she's going to say anything that's going to get us kicked off social media platforms, have your finger hovering over that button, and I'll show him exactly where that button is. Unless, of course, Michelle decides to show up here at the studio, and then we're all fucked. I digress. I'm only joking. I'm just mucking around, having a laugh. No, it's going to be fun. AFL finals starting next week. Jason, Michelle, I won't be part of it. Good times incoming here on the Waste of Water Sports as we expand our repertoire. You know what? I'm actually going to set up specifically a TikTok for it, just to see how it goes. Set up a TikTok just for it. Waste of Water Sports AFL. So it will be, I'm going to try and get the handle WWOS AFL. See, because on YouTube, we can have multiple streams on the same channel all at once. It's not a thing. On TikTok, though, can't do that. We need a separate channel for it. So even though this is an experiment, just in case the experiment kicks off and works, WWOS AFL is probably what I'm going to try and lock in over there on TikTok. So that's coming up next week. Rugby Championship, of course, continues next week. Round 3. Anybody's game there in the Rugby Championship. Jace and I will be back. So this Monday is our week off. Though I think we are still getting together and doing some work on the collectible store, I think, once I'm back from my other meeting. So, yeah, I think it's our week off, though, and we'll be back next week for our Not Another Bloody Wrestling show. So for those who are into pro wrestling, we do a fortnightly podcast-style show. So lots of stuff coming up here on the Waste of World of Sports as we continue to grow. Oh, boy. All right. I think I'm all promoed out, to be perfectly honest. Wasted World of Sports. Thank you so much. I appreciate your company as always. And, yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Well, tomorrow. Michelle will be on tomorrow. That's the Broncos game, right? Broncos top 4 spot on the line. Yeah, Cowboys, Broncos, 7:30. Hell yeah. That'll be nice. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's play us out with Teddy. 1, 2, 3. Teddy lost his shorts again. And we'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much. Cheers. I'm finding it. Okay, there it is. All right. Catch you guys later.
1, 2, 3, 4. Teddy lost his shorts again.